Alysa Liu walked into the Olympic arena with anime plushies and raccoon hair, retired for 2 years because she hated skating, and then did something no American woman had done in 24 years. When she almost fell on her signature jump, she didn't panic. She smiled, whispered oopsy, and kept going like the pressure didn't even exist. But how does a burned-out prodigy who disappeared at 16 come back to win Olympic gold on her own terms when everyone said it was impossible? It was February 17th, 2026, at the Milano ice skating arena. Alysa walked in carrying a stuffed toy from Chainsaw Man. Most of the judges had never heard of that anime. She had bright streaks in her hair that looked like a raccoon. Her skates were tied loose and comfortable. She was about to do something American women's figure skating had not seen in 24 years. The pressure in the building was huge. Japan's Kaori Sakamoto was the favorite to win. South Korea's Lee Hein was landing triple axels in her practice sessions. The whole world knew Alysa had disappeared for 2 years after the Beijing Olympics. They knew she quit at age 16 because she hated the sport. They knew her dad spent over $1 million making her into a skating machine before she finally said no. But nobody knew that the girl standing in Milan was completely different now. She was not here to save American skating. She was here to prove that walking away was the bravest choice she ever made. The music started and the arena went quiet. Her short program was fast and sharp. She landed her opening triple lutz with so much power the crowd gasped out loud. Then came the double axel. This was the jump that made her famous when she was only 12 years old. The jump she had done thousands of times in empty ice rinks at 5 in the morning while other kids were sleeping. But this time when her blade hit the ice, there was a wobble. Her ankle twisted a little bit. For 1 second it looked like the Olympic dream might fall apart. Most skaters would panic, most would get tight and hope the judges did not notice. But Alysa did something nobody expected. She smiled, not a fake smile for the cameras, a real goofy grin, and she kept skating like nothing happened. When she finished, she threw her arms up high and laughed. In the kiss and cry area waiting for her scores, she whispered to her coach one word: oopsy. That oopsy became the most important moment of the 2026 Olympics, because it proved Alysa Liu had finally won the only battle that really mattered. She was free. To understand what just happened in Milan, you have to go back to the ghost Alysa left behind in 2022. At the Beijing Olympics, she was 16 years old and already burned out. She finished in 6th place. She smiled for all the cameras, but inside she was counting the minutes until she could take her skates off forever. The world saw a talented teenager who fell short of the medal stand. What they did not see was a kid who had been homeschooled in the back of a car since she was 5 years old. A girl who trained 6 hours every single day while her friends went to school dances and football games. An extrovert trapped in a bubble where every meal was weighed on a scale and every mistake was picked apart by strangers on the internet. She had become the youngest United States national champion in history at age 13. She broke a record held by Tara Lipinski for 22 years. She was the first American woman to land a quad jump in competition. The skating world called her the savior. But by Beijing, she was drowning. 3 weeks after the Olympics ended, she announced her retirement. She did not just step away from skating, she ran as fast as she could. For 2 whole years, her skates sat in a closet gathering dust. She literally did not know where they were in her house. She enrolled at UCLA to study psychology. She went on road trips with friends who did not know the difference between a toe loop and a salchow. She trekked all the way to the base camp of Mount Everest in Nepal. She played volleyball on the beach and tennis at the park. She dyed her hair wild colors and got piercings that would make old-school skating judges faint in shock. She was living what she called her best life, and she was totally convinced she would never compete again. She told reporters later that she low-key really hated skating. She wanted absolutely nothing to do with it anymore. But in early 2024, something inside her changed. She went on a ski trip with her college friends. The speed rushing past her face and the cold wind reminded her of something deep inside. The adrenaline rush pumping through her body. The dopamine hit lighting up her brain. She went to a public ice rink just to see if she still remembered how to move. She tried one double axel in her old beat-up skates, and she landed it clean. That single jump was the spark. But this time, everything would be different. The rules were hers now. When Alysa announced her comeback in 2024, most people did not believe it would actually work. She had been gone too long. The sport had moved on without her. Russia was banned from competing, but Japan and South Korea had filled the gap with skaters who trained all year round with no breaks. Alysa was coming back on her own schedule. She was training part-time while still going to college classes. She was picking her own music that she actually liked. She was working with coaches who treated her like a partner instead of a project they owned. The skating world thought it was cute. They did not think it was serious at all. Then she showed up at the 2025 World Championships in Boston. Nobody expected her to win a medal. All the focus was on Japan's wall of technical perfection. Kaori Sakamoto was the defending world champion. Rinka Watanabe was rock solid and consistent. Monet Chiba was rising fast through the ranks. Alysa was just the comeback story, a feel-good narrative with no real chance of winning. Her short program changed everything in one night. She skated with a maturity her 13-year-old self never had back then. She was not trying to impress the judges with difficulty. She was sharing her art with the audience. Her technical score was strong and clean. Her component scores were higher than they had ever been in her entire career. She finished the short program in second place overall. The TD Garden Arena in Boston erupted with noise. In the free skate 2 days later, she was absolutely electric on the ice. She landed 7 triple jumps without a single fall. Her spins were fast and perfectly centered. Her footwork had personality and style that made people smile. When the final note of music ended, she knew deep in her bones. The crowd knew it too. On March 27, 2025, Alysa Liu became the first American woman to win the World Championship gold medal since Kimi Meisner way back in 2006. She had ended a 19-year drought that haunted USA skating, but the most important part was not the shiny gold medal hanging around her neck. It was her reaction in the kiss and cry. She cried real tears, not because she won first place, but because she was proud of the art she created on the ice. She had taken the sport back. She proved that walking away at 16 was not weakness or failure. It was survival, and coming back on her own terms 2 years later was pure power. By the time she arrived in Milan for the 2026 Olympics, she was the favorite to win. But for the first time in her entire life, she did not feel the crushing weight. The individual short program on February 17th was everything Alysa had been building toward for 2 years. Not just the final result on the scoreboard, the performance itself. She skated to a high-energy Lady Gaga medley that pumped through the arena speakers. Her costume was bold and edgy with sharp lines. Her choreography was modern and had attitude. This was not the ice princess the judges were used to seeing. This was a rebel queen taking her stage. She opened with a massive triple lutz that soared high into the air. Clean rotation all the way around. Solid landing that cut into the ice. The crowd roared so loud it shook the building. Her layback spin was fast and elegant with perfect positions. Her footwork sequence had swagger and style. Then came the double axel. The jump that defined her entire career since she was 12. The wobble happened right on the landing. Her ankle buckled slightly to the side, but instead of panic flooding her face, she grinned wide. She kept moving across the ice like it was part of the choreography all along. When her scores flashed up on the big screen, she had set a new personal best score. She was sitting in first place heading into the free skate in 2 days. The Milano arena exploded with cheers. Team USA was going absolutely wild in the stands. The Blade Angels, her nickname for the squad with Amber Glenn and Isabeau Levito, were jumping up and down and screaming. Alysa was laughing with pure joy. 3 days later, she skated her free program under the bright Olympic lights. 7 triple jumps launched and landed. No mistakes or falls. When the final pose hit and the music stopped, she had done it. She became the first American woman to win individual Olympic gold in figure skating since Sarah Hughes way back in 2002. She had ended a 24-year drought that felt like forever. She stood on top of the podium with tears streaming down both cheeks. But these were not tears of relief that it was over. They were tears of pride for what she created. She had proven you do not have to follow the script written for you at age 5. You can walk away when it hurts. You can find yourself in the world, and if you come back, you can do it as exactly who you are. Alysa Liu did not just win a gold medal in Milan, she won her life back from the pressure. She showed an entire generation of young athletes that mental health matters way more than medals ever will. That being authentic and real is more powerful than being perfect, and that the most graceful move you can ever make is choosing yourself first. Milan was not the end of her story. It was the beginning of her freedom, and that is actually crazy.